Rachna, thank you so much for coming on India Post Live. How do you see the campaign for justice in Bhopal progressing? You have been at the forefront of it. I just spoke to Rashida B, I just spoke to Champa Devi Shukla, and they recounted their personal experiences and how they are still suffering even after 30 years. Give us a status report right now, Rachna, of the campaign.
So 30 years later, after the world's worst industrial disaster, what we see that people are still suffering. 25,000 people have died due to gas exposure-related illnesses.
Yeah.
500,000 people still exposed, still suffering, and no proper medical care to them. Another disaster that happened before the gas disaster, predates the gas disaster, started in 82 when Union Carbide dumped all the toxic waste in and around the factory from 77 to 84, which seeped into the groundwater.
Yes.
And now has contaminated the groundwater of more than 50,000 people. And there are children, hundreds and thousands of children being born with birth defects in that area, and as well as to the parents who were exposed to gas. And what is the saddest part of this whole thing is that most people got $500 or 25,000 rupees as compensation for lifetime injuries. These crimes against humanity continue every day. The disaster finds new victims, both through the sources of contamination and both through the source of the disaster.
All these issues remain unresolved, and you are saying that, you are really not optimistic that the government is really interested, the government is actually supporting the corporations. What is the way out? There must be some light at the end of the tunnel, Rachna.
Fight is the only way out, and whatever people in Bhopal have achieved is through their struggle. Bhopal disaster is repeating. And to say that there is some controversy on how the gas leaked, I think it is very well established that what really happened that night, how the water entered into the tanks. It was no sabotage. It was not a disaster that happened overnight.
Right.
For years they were doing cost cutting, and it eventually resulted into a massacre. It is a corporate massacre.
Even today, in a radius of 3 kilometers around the plant, you still find carcinogens, you still find CCl4, carbon tetrachloride, you still find naphthol and mercury. How does one really ensure that the place gets cleaned up?
It's actually very simple. This is not rocket science. If we are planning on going on moon and doing all those things, it's a shame that we cannot clean this up, especially now the new Prime Minister has this whole Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. He should take it upon himself. First we need to know is the depth and the spread of the contamination.
Right.
First thing, we do not know how far and how deep these chemicals have gone. Whatever little tests have happened over the last 30 years give us a half picture. And they say that up to 3 kilometers. No one is there to say whether it has gone beyond 3 kilometers. And there are agencies who do this. There is UN agency who can do this. And then there is the whole process of cleanup that has to happen.
Right.
Only thing that is needed that you need to have political will for this.
But do you think the Warren Anderson's death has somehow diluted it?
I don't think so, because authorities were never serious about bringing Anderson, first. Second, we think he should have died behind bars. He died a free man, and that's a sad thing.
Yeah.
And moreover, this case is not just against Anderson, it's also against the authorized representative of Union Carbide Corporation, USA, John McDonald. So if government was really serious, or now is going to be serious,
right,
the least they can do is extradite the authorized representative of Union Carbide Corporation to the Bhopal court.